Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Expert Suck Sports Betting Podcast. I am Mike Day, and I am joined by Brandon Day. Oh, I had some extra music in my ears. Did you hear that?
Nice. No, I didn't. But that's all right. Just
There
get
you
to
are.
listen
Hey,
to it
B.
for longer. I like your shirt too.
Yeah,
It's a good shirt.
there we go. You see that?
Yeah.
Ropes up.
Representing.
Yeah, nice. Um, okay, here we are. We had to we had some technical difficulties last night that we couldn't do a podcast, but that's okay. That's
Yeah.
why we give ourselves some leeway. It is Wednesday night, and hey, some PGA Tour is back, right?
Sure is. I'm very excited. It's going to be a
Yeah,
fun
yeah.
weekend.
So I'm gonna get over to the comments part and see if there's anybody in. Not sure if there's anybody in listening yet, but that's okay. We'll
Dad,
continue on.
I got my first fantasy
Quick.
win.
Oh yeah. Okay. Go ahead and
I got my first fantasy
jump into that
football
real
win.
quick. We'll
Yeah,
give you a
that was
couple minutes
cool.
to talk about your fantasy.
Yeah. I had Kyler. The Kyler and Marv connection seemed to prove pretty well as Marvin Harrison caught a touchdown. So a lot of points there. And then Bijan Robinson did Bijan Robinson things.
Yes,
And
he did. Like early, like first carry or something.
one of the first plays of the game. Yeah. So hoping he carries that on. I just have, going into this week, I got a few. So Drake London hurt his shoulder last week towards the end of the game. They're saying he's fully good to go. So they have him still listed as questionable, but we'll see. His game is until Sunday night. And then Evan Ingram is my other questionable. He's got a calf bruise. I'm assuming he can suck it up and play through a calf bruise, but we shall see.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, calf bruise. Come on. I mean, I know typically NFL players are pretty soft these days, so I don't know what goes on with little calf bruises, but they are wide receivers, and wide receivers are a special kind of soft. So, yeah, but hey, you get a win. That's a good way to start the season.
Sure is.
And we're gonna. Okay, so I told Brandon he could have his few minutes of
Boy, yeah.
fantasy football talk. This this version of the expert suck is what we're still calling it this off season one, meaning it's the non-football season podcast. And what we do and have been doing, as most of you know, if you're following the podcast, we do the off-season sports, which is the PGA Tour, UFC, and NASCAR. NASCAR has become one of my favorite things from doing the off season, as Brandon knows.
Yeah. That's fun.
I think one of the things Brandon likes discussing because he's a little bit more in tune to it is UFC.
Yeah,
And there's a UFC this weekend
there
that
sure
could be
is.
pretty good that we're going to get to talk about. UFC Noche.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about, yeah, this is going to be a good fight. So I'm excited to talk about that coming up. So let's jump in. What we do is we review our picks and such from the PGA Tour, UFC, and NASCAR from the previous week. It should be pretty quick. There was no PGA Tour tournament last weekend as they kind of took a break and gave themselves the transition from the end of the regular season to, I guess, the fall PGA Tour season. And then another, 2 weeks, Brandon, till Ryder Cup? Yes. Are you there?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't hear anything from you. And I think your video's frozen. Okay. Oh, yeah. Brandon. Okay, Brandon lost connection a little bit. So you may have me until he gets reconnected. So, like I was saying, no PGA Tour last weekend. Yeah, here he comes back.
Am I back?
Let me put you back into the scene there. There you are. Yeah, you're back.
Can you hear me?
Okay. You connected pretty
Wi-Fi
fast.
just
Yeah, I
crashed.
can hear you. You connected pretty fast.
The
Okay.
Wi-Fi crashed
That
a little
happens.
bit.
That happens.
Yeah.
That happens to a lot of streaming. Okay. So I was saying no PGA Tour last weekend. 2 weeks until the Ryder Cup. We'll get into this coming week's kind of uh, a good tune-up for the Ryder Cup team. And we'll get into that. So let's review UFC from the UFC Fight Night at the Accor Arena in Paris, France last weekend. We usually get JT Springsteen's picks. Um, he's our guy. He's our oracle. He does very well on picks. I think the last at least 3 or 4 fights, he has not had less than 8 wins. So,
Yeah.
what did JT do this week? Last
So
weekend be?
JT was 8-5 compared to the experts' picks at 5-8. It was. I didn't get a chance to
Yeah,
watch. I was busy playing golf. So I know you watched a little bit. If you want to run them up on some of the fights there.
yeah. It was a pretty decent card. I did get to watch the last one or the last two. Um, they're both the two guys we were kind of interested in from the Fighting Nerds gym. The Fighting Nerds in Brazil have become a bit of a sensation in UFC gym. However, they haven't been winning as much as they did when they first hit the scene.
No.
Um, they both lost to both the Frenchmen. So Benoit Saint Denis, um, just manhandled Mauricio Rufy.
Yeah, I
I
saw
was
the
telling you a little
highlights
bit
to
about
that
that.
one. Yeah.
Did you see the highlights? Did you see how he lost?
Yeah, the what do they call it? A
Face crank or
face.
something? He's
Yeah,
basically just trying to dislocate his face
yeah, it's pretty
from the
nuts.
rest of his body. Yeah, it was crazy. Made him tap. Rufy had, I mean, he had no answer for Saint Denis.
It's gotta
Saint
hurt.
Denis, full pressure from the get go. Rufy was he was backpedaling a lot. It's not his fight style at all. Um, then the other guy was Kale Bararlo, fought against Nasruddin Imamov.
Yeah,
And yeah, believe that was Imamov by decision.
I don't know.
Do you recall?
I do not. Can you hear me better? I just realized I was not using my microphone.
Yeah, I can hear you a lot better now.
That's funny. It's been a long day for me. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. Unanimous decision for Nasruddin Imamov. Um, so he's moving up. He's going to move up in the ranks.
Yeah.
I don't know. He might need a couple more fights before he gets a title shot, but they were talking about it. So yeah, that wasn't a bad card overall. So that brings us to the NASCAR playoffs, the second race in the first round of the playoffs, the round of 16 drivers. And this is the Enjoy Illinois 300 at the Worldwide Technology Raceway in Madison, Illinois. Um,
I love your notes
yeah,
here. That's funny.
yeah, go ahead. So what we do is we give the car lift of the week, who we had, the head-to-head matchups, and then the top finishers picks. The car lift is one driver to finish winner, top three, top five. The top finishers picks is a parlay of three different guys to finish top three, top five, top 10. Yeah, since you like my notes so much, go ahead and give
Yeah.
out our car lift
The car
last
lift
week.
was Tyler Reddick, who finished 16th. So way out of anything good. He said, you quote unquote said, you're officially done betting on Reddick for any reason.
Yeah, there's nothing he can do. I don't care if he
That is
wins the next. I don't care if he wins the playoffs. I won't bet on him. He's
that is
he's
some beef there, brother.
that bad. And I always kind of joke with Cody Zeeb on the NASCAR gambling podcast that I have that little devil on my shoulder whispering in my ear,
Tyler
Reddick,
Reddick,
Reddick.
Tyler Reddick, Tyler Reddick.
put more money on Tom. Uh, that guy, that I've kicked that guy.
Good.
I've exercised that demon,
Find the
and
angel,
I
Dad. Find
yeah.
the angel that goes,
Well, we'll see this week. Yeah, it may
Ryan
have to go
Blaney,
back.
Ryan Blaney,
Yeah, it
Ryan
may
Blaney.
have to go back to Blaney. Ryan Blaney's the right answer.
Yeah,
So, but then of course I doubled down in the head-to-head matchups
I see
on
that.
Reddick. Yeah. So let's go over that.
Your head-to-head matchups had Reddick over Larson, which did not happen because
It was close though, because
Larson finished 12th.
Larson's a complete disaster right now.
He really is. And then you had Logano over Bell, which hit 5/7, and Bubba Wallace over Cindric, which also hit 8/16.
Yeah, so that gave us 2 out of 3, and that puts our matchups parlay head-to-head picks at for the since we started doing it. It was like I don't know how many weeks ago, but 24, 20, and 1. So that's running about 54%.
That's pretty good for every
That's not bad.
week. We're above 50%.
Yeah, that's not bad. Um, yeah, Larson, they call him Captain Shook on the Discord, on the
Yeah,
NASCAR Discord, because ever since he crashed out, so he he raced 2 races. Indy 500, he crashed out. So that was Indy cars in Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And then he goes to the medical tent, gets cleared, jumps on a helicopter, goes to, I think it was the Coca-Cola 600, and crashes out there. And ever since, the guy has been a complete menace on the track. He's wrecking dudes. He spun Blaney out last week.
yeah.
And luckily, Blaney's a good enough driver. He managed to correct himself before either, spinning out in the infield or hitting a wall. But Larson just moved right up the track, hit him in its
Sounds
left.
like some
Yeah.
CTE.
Well, yeah, something maybe, right? I don't know. It's not great. And he's supposed to be one of the best drivers in the world. And
Yeah,
he's the race favorite for this week at Bristol. So we'll get there as well. Now, we have been waiting and waiting and waiting to do this, but go over our top finishers picks parlay.
yeah. And our top finishers fit picks, our top 3, Danny Hamlin, finished first. Our top 5, Chase Briscoe, finished second. And top 10, Ty Gibbs, who finished 10th.
Yeah, so we finally hit the top finishers parlay after I don't know how many tries.
A long time.
A lot of, a lot of misses and like near misses, like we'll miss one guy or 2 guys or whatever, but for the first time, it made up for all the times that we missed the other top finishers parlays.
Sure
So
does.
that was a nice hit. So good job there. The NASCAR Playoff Grid Challenge is still rolling along. So this week is the 3rd race in the round of 16. So they'll go from 16 to 12. 2 guys have already automatically moved on to the next round, having won the first 2 races. That's Denny Hamlin and Chase Briscoe. So now there's going to be a lot of aggressiveness in Bristol, of guys trying to get up in points. If they can win, they get that 3rd automatic bid. So
Yeah.
you're going to see some dudes going for it this
Taking
week,
some chances.
which always leads to chaos
Getting NASCAR.
and getting NASCAR. Our term, and I even put that on the chat in the NASCAR gambling podcast. What are the chances that somebody gets NASCAR this week? And everybody in the chat's like, "Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah. You'll
Somebody's
see it
gonna
happen.
do something crazy." Because the regular guys that aren't in the playoffs are still there. So you got Austin Hill, who's a very reckless teenagery type driver. You got Hocevar, who has a history of this year being super irresponsible. And then you always have that outlier or that risk taker like Ricky Stenhouse, who they used to call Recky.
Recky
But
Stenhouse.
yeah,
Well, and then
so
Kyle Larson with the CTE.
yeah, I think I took a couple safe bets or safe plays this week, but still a couple that could work out if the chaos happens. So
It's
that is
probably
the
smart, Dad.
yeah, that's the review of last week's action in the UFC and NASCAR. Like I said, no PGA Tour, but that's a good that's a good lead in to this week's picks. There is a PGA Tour event. It's the Pro Core Championship at the Silverado Resort in Napa, California. So let's talk about
Yep.
that a little bit.
So it's just kind of what we were talking about, like a little bit of a tune-up for the Ryder Cup. All the Ryder Cup players are there, kind of just having a good time. At least they were at the start of this week. Like you said here, 10 of the 12 Ryder Cup players are there.
Yeah, the only two that are missing are Bison DeChambeau because he's not a PGA Tour player, and Xander is
Xander, yeah,
taking a week off.
which
Otherwise, you got everybody tuning up.
probably a good thing for Xander to take a week off. Dude
Yeah.
needs the time to get his golf game in check.
Yep. So if everybody recalls on the PGA Tour when we were giving out our picks and things during the season, we would do a fade of the week, a ladder of the week, and then top finishers picks. So just for fun, I told Brandon we should just do a fun fade since it's kind of the off season of the off season.
Yeah.
And so we stayed on brand. And who did we go with?
So we went with Scotty Scheffler just because he's the favorite for the tournament. Again, an on-brand pick for us. Might as well fade him. I hope this works out. I also don't because I want him to look good, just as
Yes.
like a precursor to the
Do
Ryder
you
Cup.
do you remember what I said as far as fading him? I mean, it's in
No,
Napa, California,
I
right?
know,
So
right?
this is going to
It's
be
wine country.
well. Not only that, I think they're all going to be there. I'm sure Keegan's going to be there. I think they're going to try to relax as
Oh
well
yeah,
as tune up, have some fun, get in the right mindset, and you know, go and play some somewhat pressure shots before the Ryder Cup hits.
yeah,
So, and if they win, they win, whatever. But I don't necessarily know that that's all these guys on the Ryder Cup players. Their goal, I think, their goal is to get in good form, and like I said, hit shots that matter um, before the Ryder Cup event. So then, oh yeah, I think your grandma's going to like our ladder play of the week.
Oh, she
This
definitely
is one of
will.
her favorite players.
Our ladder of the week, Matt McNeely. We are getting him at plus money for top 20,
Yeah.
which is
So if you
good.
recall, well, I'll explain it for the peeps. Our ladder play is typically top 5, top 10, top 20. One golfer to get top 10, top 5, top 10, top 20. So our criteria for the season was the ladder play. The guy that we pick had to be plus odds for top 20. So that's how I landed, or we landed on Maverick McNeely.
Fade should
Okay.
have.
Now this is your idea. So you
Ah,
go ahead and explain this one.
this should be fun. So I was like, we should do something. Just kind of keep it light, keep this interesting for this week. I was like, let's give a top 5, top 10, top 20 for the both of us, and then at the end of the weekend, compare and see how we did. We've done this before. I thought it'd be fun for this weekend since there's not too much pressure on this tournament.
Yeah.
So, kind of leading up to that, my top 5, Cam Young at plus 350. I kind of went with some odds here. If you want to place these bets, you're going to get some pretty insane odds. I don't advise you to. But top 10, Ben On, who he's as of this tournament, I think he could do very well with all these like Ryder Cup players probably trying to keep it easy and just playing golf. And he has great potential to win or even finish top 10. And then my top 20, Max Grazerman, which was kind of the same thought.
Yeah. Plus 160, right? For Grazerman.
Yes.
Okay. So I went ahead and put a sprinkle on this. Um, for your plays, and your total parlay, all those three together, the odds came out at plus 75.05. So basically 75 to 1.
75 to 1.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I hope that uh, even though we're kind of doing this head-to-head matchup type of thing, I hope yours hits.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I
And then
saw some
we'll
pretty crazy odds, and I was like, these dudes can do it. They have the potential, and they've shown very good spurts here and there on the tour. It's just a very loaded lineup again this week, so it's very easy to go with the big name dudes and just be like, oh, this is a lock.
well,
So
yeah, that's okay. So I'm glad you said the big name dudes because that kind of leads me into my picks. I went a little bit more, Cam
conservative.
Young and Max Grazerman. And if you know golf, you know Ben on. So,
Yeah.
but I went a little more conservative than Brandon. So my top 5, I went with Justin Thomas. Uh, he, I think, has a history at this course. I don't know if I recall. I didn't do as much research as I usually do. Top 5, Justin Thomas at plus 280. Top 10, Sam Burns at plus 160. I can see Sam Burns winning this tournament. And then top 20, I'm like, heck yeah, we got to do this
I
guy.
like it.
Gary Woodland at plus 240. And
I love it.
I'm going to root for Gary Woodland to win all weekend just because he's Gary Woodland. And it would be just, it would be a great story. So my parlay is about, geez, way under half of yours. Mine's at plus 32.59 odds, so 32 to 1, almost 33 to 1. Hey, if we hit them both,
If we hit him, we hit
then
him. Yeah.
if we hit them both, then we probably need to order in for Monday Night Football or something.
I know, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
load up.
Another fun little thing I saw it was Sahith Tagala, actually. He said he'll be playing here as the defending champ. The dude has been dealing with injuries all year. That's why you haven't really heard the name. He's been having to back out of tournaments and stuff. I think his neck has been bothering him. Won here last year. Said he's feeling very good going into this. Back up to health. And I mean, if there's any of a time to Sahith to do something good, do it now. I love that dude. He's great on tour.
Yeah, Rick Gaiman gave his name out on his podcast the other day as somebody he was going to watch because of the same reasons that you just said. He's healthy again, and when Sahith Tagala is healthy, he's a
top 10 golfer.
Yeah, he's a top 10 golfer for sure. When he's on and dialed and healthy, yeah. Oh, hey, looky.
I love it. Fade should finish outside the top 20 and not just win.
Yeah, we've had this discussion all season, and I know John's bringing it up because he has the opportunity to bring it up on the show rather than telling us like on the golf course where you and I control this. But yeah, we're going to talk about what to do with the fade, because I agree a little bit with John that the fade, if it's he just doesn't win the tournament, isn't quite that great of a fade.
Yeah.
So we may change the criteria.
Makes things a little harder for us.
It does.
And which I like a challenge. That should be interesting if we do change this up. Go with John Mooney's suggestion here.
Yeah. To at least finish outside the top 10, maybe. Because finishing outside the top 20, there's a lot of dudes. So, and John's somebody that has listened to football for a while and the concept of that show. And I think if we've had guys finish outside the top 20 as a fade, that would lend a very a much larger pool for us to choose from,
Yeah.
right? Don't you think?
Yes.
And so it would be a little bit easier to find a guy to fade that would finish outside the top 20.
Yeah.
So we are trying to keep it difficult on ourselves on the fade by picking, um, you know, a top 5 player
Yeah.
or
And
a top
dudes,
10 player
yeah,
on the
dude.
odds board.
Yes. That's what I was going to say. There are always guys within that range. We're not
Because
going to
I
take
think
some dude who's
we,
15th
correct
or
me if I'm
20th.
wrong, I think we faded Scheffler and Rory a combined, what,
We
4 times or 5 times?
we lost to Rory twice.
Twice. Yeah.
And then I think we lost to Scheffler once.
Once. Yeah.
So there's 3 right there. I think we faded both of them maybe 1 or 2 more times. And both, I know one of our Scotties hit for sure. But we're still fading big names and dudes who are on odds boards at 1 and 2 because usually Rory and Scotty are right there.
Right. Right. Yeah, we'll play with it. We'll think about it. We can always evolve to, uh, try to elevate the brand as far as like, is it an on-brand fade for us?
Yeah.
Where everybody else seems to be, either the public or the experts are really on a player, and that's typically, I mean, the odds makers are the odds makers. They're not necessarily um, professional sharps that are betting on. They're setting the lines. So we'll think about that
Yeah.
going into
Will be a thought.
next year. Okay, so that's golf. I hope both mine and Brandon's parlays hit. That would be nice.
That'd be nuts. Yeah.
That'd be a nice Sunday right there. So that brings us to UFC this week, this Saturday, which is UFC Noche at the Frost Bank Center in San Antonio, Texas. Again, I will get JT's picks as usual. And hey, I think, and I haven't done it, and I don't know why. This is a huge mistake on my part. Is I need to be playing JT's money line
You
picks
do. Yeah.
as single bets, because if he's going to continue to go
If you're
8
8
and
and
4,
5, yeah.
8 and 5, you're going to be, that's plus money right
Yes,
there.
it is.
So I got to get after that. The good thing is about UFC is there's one a week typically, so I can make up a lot of ground off of
Yeah.
JT's picks. But we're gonna talk about this huge matchup in the featherweight division, which is headlining this card,
It's
and
good.
that is the number 2 contender Diego Lopez against one of the fighting nerds,
Gene
the number
Silva.
10 contender Gene Silva. What do you think, B? You're a little bit more in
Yeah.
tune to this.
So Diego Lopez's last fight was a title fight against Volk. And that's just Volk. That dude is one of the best fighters pound for pound in the UFC right now.
Yeah, so it didn't necessarily go Diego's way, but
Yeah.
he's moving
And
right back up the ranks.
it was a decision. So he lasted 5 rounds with one of the best fighters in the UFC.
Volkanovski, yeah.
I think that's nothing to tout, even though he did lose. He's still really good. But that also brings up Gene Silva, who, again, hasn't lost in a very, very long time. I don't think he's lost within the UFC. Also hasn't been to a decision. He's submitted or knocked out all of his opponents since I don't know when.
Since June 13th, 2024.
Yeah.
He's had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fights since then.
He beat Bryce Mitchell, who people were very high on.
That was a crazy,
yes, was a crazy fight.
Yeah.
I think that dude, I can't really give out.
He submitted Bryce Mitchell.
Yes. Yeah. I can't really give out who I think is going to win because this fight is going to be good. And it can go either way. I think Lopez may have a little bit more and just more experience in big fights. So that's all something good, something that'll help him. But I also can't really count him out.
No, not he's got crazy power, right? Um,
And he's got good grappling too. If
yeah,
you're just looking at stats and stuff.
yeah. Um, I am trying to find. There it is. Oh, Gene Silva is the favorite. He is a minus 238 favorite.
Hmm.
Diego Lopez is a plus 195 underdog.
I mean, the dude
Wow,
lost to Alexander Volkanovski.
I
That's
know.
it's hard to tout him out when that's the fighter you lose to.
Yeah.
Because
Um,
Volk is good. And like I said, one of the best pound for pound fighters out there.
yeah. Um, wow. That almost wanted to do a little sprinkle on that Lopez money line.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll have to look at that a little bit more close. I'll have to see what JT says too, where his picks lie. He may have a better idea than both of us. So yeah, totally looking forward to it. The undercard is okay. There are some other names, up and comers. Um, nobody that really jumped off the page to me, but like the headline matchup did. So we'll catch that. We'll catch that Saturday night. Um,
Well, Notre Dame is on Saturday night.
yeah, can
I
always
think
put it on my phone.
I know.
Always put UFC on the phone. Yeah, that's the great thing about having
Streaming
different ways to
technology.
access. Yeah. So anyway, all right. Now let's get into NASCAR. Race 3 of the first round of the playoffs is the Bass Pro Shops night race. So, and this one's Saturday night. It's a big Saturday night
It's gonna be a big Saturday.
for sports. Not everybody is, hardly anybody, I'm sure, is going to pay attention to NASCAR and UFC because college football will be on, and football is king. But
Go Irish,
and
baby.
yeah, and you and I both love it. We love college football. Almost, I don't know what we love more, college football or NFL, but
The NFL was fun on Sunday. I know you're going
NFL
to talk
was
about that, but that was
very entertaining on
one of the
Sunday.
best week ones we've had in a long
Yep,
time.
yep. Brad and I will cover that tomorrow. But yeah, you're 100% correct. B. The Sunday night game was nuts.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was. That was great.
So
Good
yeah,
football.
yep, fun to watch. Okay, so NASCAR Saturday night, like we said on our review, we do the car lift of the week. I just kept coming back to this guy over and over and over again, and I couldn't get past him onto somebody else. So go ahead and give our car lift, which is winner, top 3, top 5.
Yeah, so our car lift will be Chase Elliott, who finished, he's 7th on the odds boards, second here last year, and a win in 2020.
Yeah, and the other line I put in here was he does need some points to
Yeah, he
secure
does.
himself to the round of 12. So he likes this track. If he, I don't know if I brought this up before, but I've learned that,
They did. I got Bucky Irving on my fantasy team too, John.
oh my. Okay, so John Mooney, I will finally give this out for you that he's maybe one of the only people I know. I know there's got to be more of them, but I don't know them. Like a friend like John. John is a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan. Yeah, like Brandon said, he's got Bucky Irving, Tampa guy. So yeah, there you go. There's a shout out, John, that I promised for the
Hey,
Buccaneers.
their rookie wide Amika and Buka looking good.
Yeah, yeah,
He's gonna be great when, dude. The Bucks might be that. Those wide receiver core right there is gonna be scary when Chris Godwin comes back.
yeah. They are going to be an elite wide receiver with Baker.
You just need that
So
offensive line to kind of pick it up just a
yeah,
little
they got to
bit.
gel. They got to stay healthy.
That too.
I would, if I was putting any sprinkles on it, I would probably put sprinkles on um, Tampa Bay to win the NFC South.
I mean, yeah.
So there you go. You guys derailed me from my NASCAR
Sorry.
pick. We were talking about Chase Elliott. Yeah, he's good at this track. If he can avoid the chaos, I think he actually has a good chance of winning, and he's getting great odds um, to win top 3 and top 5. So let's go Chase Elliott, the number 9 car, by the way, for anybody that cares. And then, oh yeah, here's where I took a couple, at least one flyer, not a flyer, but um, let's get into the head-to-head matchups, and I'll tell you the
Yeah.
guy.
I'm seeing it. Head-to-head matchups. You got Hamlin over Larson, Keselowski over Reddick, and Wallace over Chastain.
Yeah. So, which one do you think was kind of not a
Ke-
riskier play, but
Well, I can see why you put Keselowski over Reddick,
yes,
though.
100%. Yes. Reddick has a hard time this year with avoiding the chaos. He does need points to move on to the round of 12. So he may be taking some risks himself, but yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm looking at your Danny Hamlin over Kyle Larson.
oh, well, that's just because Larson is, Captain Shook. He is not good. He won't win. He's the race favorite, and I'm telling you right now, he's not going to win.
He beat out Reddick
Um,
your last weekend. You had
yeah, and
Reddick
the
over
head to head.
Larson.
But did you see where he finished last weekend? He was 12th.
12th. Yeah.
Yeah, and just racing like a fool. So yeah, I could see him finishing 12th. I could see him finishing 10th or whatever. I mean, yeah, but yeah, I'm telling you, don't. I'm not putting my hard-earned dimes on Kyle Larson, the number 5 car, to win this week. I'll take the 11. Plus, Denny's cars looks cooler this week. Go to Instagram.
I love that.
Yeah, I should have. I should have.
Cooler
I
car
should
will
have.
take him.
Yeah, Denny's racing the. Don't go to Instagram. I'll put that up. But he is in the Hawaiian. Oh, King's Hawaiian car. The King's Hawaiian
The
soft pretzel
rolls.
bites
Oh,
number
pretzel
11
bites, not
car.
just the
Yep.
rolls. Oh.
Yep. So yeah, awesome. Okay, so those are the head-to-head part. That parlay odds come out to be 11, almost 12 to 1. So let's hit that again, like we did not last week, but the week before. All right, let's go over the top finishers picks.
Yeah. Our top finisher, top 3, Danny Hamlin. Top 5, Christopher Bell. And top 10, Bubba Wallace.
Yeah, so Denny Hamlin plus 110, Christopher Bell plus 100, and then Bubba Wallace plus 120 to finish top 10. Bell, he's much like a lot of these other top
Yes.
guys. He's got to get the points. He's been a little upset with his car, how they've been kind of setting him up, and it just hasn't been racing as well as it did early in the season. So I think they're going to do something extra for him. They're going to keep him in the race. They're going to have a better strategy. And yeah, all that can translate into a top 5 for Christopher Bell.
Nice.
Okay, so I
You
already
got the
went
dog
through.
down there with you, Dad?
Yeah, she's
Getting into
she's been
stuff.
no, she's been good. She's found a toy to
Oh,
play with.
she's
So
such a good dog.
yeah, Bailey's the expert suck mascot.
Yeah.
But she's a handful. She's or can be a handful, but she's playful. She's a good dog. All right. So, oh
Yeah,
geez.
I can hear
Yeah,
her.
she found a toy.
Oh, that's funny.
Um, all right. Anything else we need to cover? B.
No.
Like I said, I'm going to give this out right now. for anybody who's listening. But Brad and I will be doing the football show, season 2 of the football picks, week 2 of the picks. We're going to cover how we did week 1, and we're going to do this tomorrow at 4:30 Mountain Time. It's just 4:30 may be an odd time for people because you still might be at work or whatever, but it's just a time that works best for everything that Brad and I have going on in our lives, our full-time jobs, our full-time lives, everything that extracurricular that we do. So we're just trying to schedule it when it works the best. So 4:30 Mountain Time. Catch the football show tomorrow.
I love it.
All right. Hey, we got a lot of action Saturday, B.
Yeah, we do.
The PGA Tour's back for at least a week, and then we'll have to suffer through another week.
And the Ryder Cup.
And then the Ryder Cup.
I gotta work on Saturday. The Ryder Cup, really?
Oh, you do?
Yeah. Who? Those people don't know about the PGA Tour.
Yeah.
I got the text and they're like, can you do this on Saturday? I was like, yes.
But at least it's Saturday, and yeah, I mean you can kind of check on your phone on
I know.
how the matchups are going.
It's gonna be on. Trust me.
Yeah, but Sunday, hopefully it comes down to the singles matches on Sunday. It'd be great if they were tied. It'd be great if they were tied on Sunday, and then it came down to the 12 singles matches. That would be awesome. That would be, like you said, what is the term? Be feed families.
Oh yeah, it'll feed families. The whole Ryder Cup's gonna feed families this year.
This year for sure. There's so much hype around it this year. I've never experienced a Ryder Cup that's had this much hype. So it's going to be good.
I
So
agree.
I'm
Go
all
Irish.
in for it.
Got Texas A&M this week.
Yeah, Irish got Texas A&M number what?
23, I think it was when I saw it.
No,
it might have changed.
Texas A&M.
Oh no, they went up.
16.
Right? 16.
There's 16, I think.
It was 23 last weekend.
Notre Dame is 8 or 9.
If you look at Texas A&M schedule, they should not be 13th. I don't know who's putting them there. But anyways,
you think they should be higher?
Yeah,
you think they should be
go
higher?
look at. You want to?
Well, they haven't played their schedule yet.
Yeah, they played University of Texas San Antonio and Utah State.
Right. So number 8 against number 16.
You're going to give them a 16 rank for playing two teams that are FBS.
Yeah. UTSA was good until they weren't last week and lost to Texas State. So
I don't buy it.
Yeah.
I don't buy into the 16 rank.
All right. Prime time at Notre Dame Stadium. Let's go. Go Irish. First home game. They got to look better.
We got God and Shane Gillis on our side.
That's right. Yeah, they got to look better next weekend.
They do.
Yeah. So, all right. Like I said, we have a lot to watch, which is great. Sports, all the good sports and everything is back, and we're here for it. We love all the sports that we're talking about. So we're in.
We really are.
That's about it. Saturday, I get to go down to the Air Force Academy and play some golf down there.
Nice.
That is the Eisenhower course at the Air Force Academy. It's beautiful. It's the second year I get to play this with my boys, my guys from high school, which is great. So, John Mooney.
Thanks, John.
Giving us a shout out.
Appreciate it.
He said, nice job. Yeah, so thanks, John, for joining us again. And thanks for everybody for listening, and hit that subscribe button, hit that share button, let everybody know how to find us. We're on YouTube now. We're on Spotify as always. I will upload the audio, and do a follow there, do a share over there, and just keep supporting us. We love it. We do this for fun. We do this because we love it, and hopefully we're putting out a good show that people can enjoy. So, all right. I will see everybody tomorrow. Brandon will see everybody next week.
See you next week. Have fun with
Thanks,
football,
everyone.
Dad.
I will.